Good afternoon. This is the mock test conductor at Celestial IELTS and the time is 3:46 p.m. in India. So let's get started. I'm Harshit and I'll be your mock examiner for the day. Could you please tell me your full name?
Well, my full name is Qo'ldoshev Muhammadjon, but I would be grateful if you call me Muhammad.
Okay, Mohammed, where are you from?
Well, I'm from Uzbekistan, which is the capital of Tashkent. So I love my I love my city, and so I live in Uzbekistan.
Okay, great. So do you work or study?
Well, in the current era, I'm studying in I'm studying 11th grade. So
Mm-hmm.
after a year, I'll be graduating this year. So I'll be studying in a university which is in China.
Okay, why China?
Well, because China is very suitable for me and has many opportunities for me because it's free to study and eating as well, and that's why I choose China.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. All right. So let's talk about holidays. Okay. So do you usually go on holidays?
Well, consideration of my IELTS preparation, I don't have time for going on holidays. But last time it was approximately 2 years ago. I was going on holiday. It was actually my cousin's birthday, so I went there and enjoyed. So yeah, I actually don't like holidays because of my studies and preparation as well. So
Mm-hmm.
so yeah.
Okay, do you prefer to travel alone or with a group of people?
Well, actually, well, not to brag, I'm actually a introverted person, and that's
Mm.
why I don't really like being with a group of people. And when it comes to the traveling, I opt for traveling alone.
Okay, fine. All right. So, what is your favorite type of holiday? To maybe the city or countryside, maybe a beach?
Well, usually I always go to the beach because it's really fascinating and has many people. I love socializing with people and talk with them. So that's why I prefer to go to the beach.
Okay. Fine. All right. So, do you usually plan your holidays in detail or do you prefer to be spontaneous?
Well, I don't usually I don't usually plan my holidays. I just do random things. For example, I try to go to the beach or some kind of things like that. After I go there, I just do what I want. And so, in short, I don't really like to plan my holidays because it might seem boring to me, and that's why.
Mhm. Okay. Fine. All right. Now, let's talk about your daily routine. So, what do you usually do in the morning?
Well, in the morning, I constantly do my practice after I have done my after having done my shower. Because I really love take caring of myself. So in the morning, I try to work out because because I'm gonna be a fit athlete, and that's why I just take a shower, study, and train a little bit.
hmm Okay, tell me about your workout. So, what kind of exercises do you do?
Well, what I love most about my workout is that the pull-ups because it's really useful for my
Mm-hmm.
body, and it can easily shape my height. For example, last year I was 1,000. Last year I was 170 centimeters, but
Mm,
But now I'm 175 centimeters because of the doing pull-ups and push-ups.
Okay, fine. Do you think it is actually easy to increase our height?
Well, I'm not really sure, but
Mm,
it's really positively affected to my height. So I firmly believe that it can really affect your height as well.
Okay, fine. All right. So, do you give advice on working out or increasing height to others?
Well, for example, in the current era, most people aren't
Mm,
into doing art and engaging art as well, engaging sports as well. So, so the main reason is the social media. They are just addicted to it. So most people don't usually have time for working out. But if they try to work out, I would really suggest them to do push-ups first,
Okay.
because of the
Now,
reasons, you
let's move
know.
on to the next part. In this part of the test, I'd like you to talk on a topic and you have to talk on it for 1 to 2 minutes. Okay. So, here is a topic. I want you to talk about a time when you gave someone advice. Your 1 minute time for preparation starts now.
1 minute later.
Okay, can you start speaking? Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, and I'll let you
Oh,
know when to stop.
well, one particular situation that comes to my mind is when I gave advice to my younger brother. He was actually 12 or 13 years old. Well, at the time, he was feeling quite stressed about his upcoming school exams because he was spending too much time on the social media. So he usually wasn't focusing on his studies. So I advised him to create a simple timetable where he could balance his study hours and free time as well. And I also told him to use the Pomodoro technique, which is really useful for him, and which means studying for 24 hours and taking a 5 minute break. The main point was that if he manages his time well, he wouldn't feel overwhelmed. Um, and he could still enjoy his own phone without any guilt. And so at first he didn't take me very seriously, but later he actually followed my rules and suggestions. Well, to my surprise, he became more organized and started studying with more concentration. After the exams, he thanked me because of my strategies, and because of my strategies really helped him to perform better. So, so I would also say that this experience showed me that even small pieces of advice can make big difference in someone's life, mainly when they are given at right time. So I think
Okay,
that's
thank
it.
you. All right. Do you enjoy giving advice to others?
Well, I'm not really keen on giving advice to others, but when it comes to my relatives, I would love to give suggestion and advice to them. So in short, not really.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now let's talk more about advice and decision making. Okay, so in what situations do young people usually ask for advice?
Well, in the current era, probably they would ask anything.
Mm,
They would ask the things from their parents, for example. They usually ask advice on their studies, for example, how to focus at school and this kind of things. So it's really reliable and useful for them to ask. to ask uh, this kind of things from their parents. So in short,
Mm-hmm.
they have tendency to ask uh, they have tendency to ask this kind of things from their parents.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so do you think people are more likely to follow advice from friends or family?
Well, actually, it depends. For example, in my country, most people are really like to ask advice from their family because it's really reliable rather than the asking advice from friends. And that's why to put it in a nutshell, I firmly believe that they always ask from their parents.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. So, do you think it is a really good idea to seek advice from friends?
Well, well, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure, but it really depends on the friend's age. Maybe, for example, if they are matured enough, they can ask they can ask questions, and they can ask questions and advice as well. But if they are teenagers, I'm not sure they can give the exact and right decisions for them. So it's really
Why do you think
so it's really
teenagers, okay,
perfect
why,
advice from the
yeah, so why do you think teenagers won't be able to give proper advice?
well, yeah. Uh, well, in this day and age, most teenagers are really addicted to the social media, um, and they have no enough knowledge to give advice to others, and that's why I really think it would not be good to ask if they are teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
It's better
Do you
to ask
think,
them.
okay, so do you think professional advice, like from teachers and doctors, is always better than personal advice?
Um, Well, I wouldn't think so, but well, it depends on the people's occupation. For example, if you have any issues related to your health, it's better to ask advice from doctor rather than your family. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you think people rely a lot on technology to make decisions these days?
Well, yeah, I do believe it is. Well, for example, technology has developed for the well. I mean, uh, for example, let's take an example for AI. Most
Mm.
people are most people are utilizing it to take advice from it rather than relying on humans. So I mean, so my answer is yes. They are really relying on the technology and believing it.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, from a perspective, I do believe it's not bad, but not a good as well. Well, I guess technology can only help you for your studies or this kind of factors, but it cannot really help you for you to boost. I mean, take advice. For example, life advice. It's really unreliable thing
Okay,
for
thank you
for you
so
to take.
much, Mohammed. Your test is over. Thank you.
Well, great.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So you spoke well. You are a fluent speaker, and I don't remember exactly how you spoke last time, but so that from that time, I think you have improved a bit. You are more fluent, but you still have some issues with pronunciation, with some words like cousins. Then in part two, you said 24 hours, like study for 24 hours instead of minutes. So I think there was little confusion.
So,
Yeah. I could have actually annoyed you with the cross question, but I chose not to. Otherwise, part one and two, I like your answers, but in part three, you are not so fluent. Okay. In part three, you are repeating, little hesitation is here and there. So other than that, you are a good speaker.
That's all about his mock test. Let me know how it was and what band score he deserves. You'll know about it to the feedback video, which I'll release real soon. Now, if you are new to this channel, I upload a lot of speaking mocks and other videos related to IELTS and other English proficiency tests. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that because it means a lot to me. And don't forget to comment as well. Now, if you're looking for a similar mock test, you can get in touch with me through WhatsApp or Telegram and we can plan on it. Other than the mock test I conduct here, I provide classes for this English proficiency test. So yeah, we can get started with it if you're willing. Alright, so just like always, thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't shared this video yet with any of your friends or other IELTS candidates, do so because it will help them a lot. Alright, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.